He's 5'9". Wilson's got a 3-inch height advantage in terms of weight. It's really a wash. The record's Kimber 23-2. Don Wilson, I'll tell you, he's fought anybody and everybody on his way to greatness and KOs. Dick Kimber took out 21 of his 23 opponents that he's beaten by knockout. You look at Wilson, 46 knockouts.
I think what is most impressive about him, or one of his key assets, is his ring generalship. He doesn't move for nothing. He'll move around, set you up, he'll keep you away, he's going to neutralize you with good side kicks, he'll spring into you with some punches. He doesn't do anything for nothing.
You turn back the clock. Could it be 15 years ago when you fought Wilson? 1984. Wow.
Oh man, those are memories, I'll tell you. And it was a pleasure fighting him. He was a top dog in these days, and I was having some successful as well, and it's always more of a pleasure when you meet somebody who's at the top of his game.
Was there one part of this fight, Jean-Yves, that you particularly remember? Was there a round, a sequence that really stands out in your mind of, wow, if I just could have kept that going?
Actually, what comes into my mind is how he neutralized me with his kicks. He just kept me away with that side kick, and I, for some reason, could not get around it.
Well, there's a man who's going to have to get out of the way of Don Wilson and at the same time deliver some punishment of his own. That is Dick Kimber. He has been here at Songus Arena since about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and it is now 11:15 Eastern Time. He got here early. He's kind of like you. He likes to get here early to kind of smell the arena, walk around, get the feel, and get fired up about the fight.
Absolutely. And if he knows himself, he knows what he needs to get into the fight. And if it happens to be a couple hours before, great. He's following his game plan.
Let's go to Mark Helms as he introduces our main event.
Contact World Title. Weighing in at 193.5 pounds with a kickboxing record of 23 wins, 2 losses, and no draws, with 21 of his wins coming by way of knockout. From Lynn, Massachusetts, please welcome, in the red corner, Dick the Destroyer Kimber!
Those are the 3 world championship belts he currently owns. And this partisan crowd here roars its approval of their hometown favorite, Dick Kimber. An electricity here at ringside that has the voltage has just been boosted about 500 volts. I'm telling you, it is electric here at ringside right now.
There's a local favorite in the house. Dick Kimber is that favorite. He's walking around, he's setting his set down on the ground. This is my cage, boys, and we're ready to do business.
Now, he took a victory lap before the fight. Walked all the way around this ring.
I think he was showing off a little bit.
I like it.
I like it.
I've always thought fighters are too serious before a fight. Come on into the arena, high five with everybody, say a few words, hi Mom, and then get it on. Well, Dick Kimber has waited for this moment for a long time.
His opponent, weighing in at 190 pounds, with a kickboxing record of 69 wins, 5 losses, and 2 draws, with 46 knockouts, from Hollywood, California, please welcome in the blue corner, a kickboxing and action movie legend, Don the Dragon Wilson!
You wonder what is going through the mind of that man, Don the Dragon Wilson. 10 world titles, 69 victories, only 5 losses. His last loss coming on November 3rd of 1989. Almost 10 years ago, he lost to Merrick Petrowski in Chicago, Illinois in a split 12-round decision. Been a long time since he's left the ring with a loss.
Absolutely. I bet he's feeling some butterflies in his stomach. He's reliving some of the old days. He looks great. I'm anxious to see him perform. It's always very enjoyable seeing him perform. This guy is a master at his craft.
Biggest question in my mind, Jean-Yves, is how much training has he really done for this fight?
Absolutely. After having not fought for 6 or 7 years, you should have prepared for probably 6 months, getting yourself in shape to get in shape for a fight. He looks lean. He's a little heavier than he may have been in his former career, but he looks very lean, and he is still very smart, very intelligent fighter. Quite confident in his abilities, and you can see that he's trying to get Dick Kimber's game off right now. The fight is on right now.
The rules for this fight, pretty simple. All kicks have to be above the belt, a minimum of 8 kicks per round. A spin kick or a hard thrown kick that does not hit the body will be counted as a kick because the intent to kick was there. Front kicks must be hard, according to the judges, to be counted. And there are lights at ringside to let the fighters know if they have gotten their required 8 kicks in. Danny Stells is the 3rd man in the ring. He had a pretty good kickboxing career of his own. And here we go.
We can anticipate some kicks from Wilson.
Kimber coming out fast with the hands, and Wilson trying to counter with a side kick. Now, Don Wilson been pretty much a counter fighter, a defensive fighter throughout his career, but boy, could he counter.
He does what he has to do to win. If he has to kick, he'll kick. If he has to punch, he'll punch. He's a smart fighter, very strategic fighter. He knows where he is at all times in the ring. At least it was like that. I don't know what it is tonight. But he's confident. His hands are a little low, but Wilson is confident. He's not rattled by Dick the Destroyer.
Kimber has waited for a long time. This is indeed the fight of his life. He has been fighting martial arts for 25 years. Turned pro at the age of 17. But began much earlier than that, pursuing martial arts. Kimber owns 5 black belts, and he's showing Don Wilson what he's made of here early in round 1.
His best chances are to go at him right now. And he's explosive, but he's not backing away. He's not fighting a legend tonight. He's fighting an ordinary man. In his mind, he's not backing away from Don Wilson.
There's a spinning side kick that really caught Kimber. You know, there are people here in the Massachusetts area where Kimber lives, Johnny, that say Kimber probably didn't deserve this shot.
Well, I don't know about that. He's champion of the world in 3 different times. He's champion of the world in a couple of different associations. He paid his dues. Of course, people in the area will have their own opinion about this, but he's in there and he's doing it.
Now Kimber, at the age of 37 tonight, told me earlier today, man, this is a dream come true.
His persistence paid off. He waited for a long time before fighting in front of his people against a living legend. Again, Don Wilson, Don Wilson. He's been away from the game for about 7 years now. And he's given a chance to Dick Kimber to get himself in the public eye again.
Pick the fuck up, please. Let him set up and then he'll come back to us. Okay, don't run into the side. That's all he's really good. How you feel? Okay. When you're punching, stay there.
Yeah, it was just a few months ago. I had Don the Dragon Wilson sitting next to me at ringside doing a walkabout at the Great Western Forum in Los Angeles. Really, at that time, had no plans of coming out of retirement. Oh, what a difference 6 or 8 months makes, huh?
Absolutely. This guy had to be in shape prior to deciding. Kimber's throwing a lot of stuff. He's coming in from little far. Don Wilson just kind of stepping back and waiting for him. Kimber needs to sustain and keep his attack going. He needs to back up Wilson. Don't give him a chance to set up. Bully him, push him around like that. Throw Wilson off his game.
Now you're looking at the Don Wilson we knew for so many years. Turns sideways, doesn't give you any angles at all.
Absolutely. That's hard for any fighter to face.
Always ready to deliver that trademark side kick, either with the left leg or the right leg. Now Kimber came down 20 pounds for this fight. Lands a good uppercut.
He's doing some pretty good work inside. Keeping it short. Wilson is flinching. He's not sure about the distance right now.
See, Danny Stell warning Kimber not to deliver that spinning back fist with the forearm or the elbow.
That's the danger in doing those spinning punches. You can walk into a forearm or the elbow.
Now for Don Wilson, this is not Hollywood. This is not choreographed.
Having seen Kimber in the past, I noticed that his punches are shorter now, and he's not swinging as wildly. He's got a chance at this. He's gonna surprise Wilson. He may surprise Wilson. Keep the punches short. Wilson's finding his range now. A couple of good punches at the end.
Let's go into Don Wilson's corner and hear his cornermen.
How'd you get stupid? You ain't gonna lose this fight. You want some water? Huh? Take a drink. Come on, relax.
Step inside on that. Watch the uppercut. Keep one hand crossed inside. Keep one hand crossed inside so you get the uppercut. And come back with your hook. Give me a little rest. Come on.
The only way you're going to lose this fight is that watch the uppercut. The only way you lose this fight is get hit by the uppercut.
I'll tell you, Phil, Don Wilson knows all this. What these guys are telling him, he knows all this stuff. He has to put it together.
Don't forget, pull with that left hand. Pull over with it. Get out of the way of that.
I'll tell you, it was a good round for Dick Kimber. He took it to Wilson in the second round.
Nice short uppercuts inside. 3 uppercuts unanswered. That, I'm sure, is throwing Wilson off his game.
Now, you know, Dick Kimber, he was a proponent of weight training for kickboxers, Jean-Yves, even before it was fashionable. He thought weight training had a place in this sport. And boy, is he right.
Well, his weight is certainly a factor now. He's going to be, I think a key to this is to bully Wilson, and keep him off and throw him off his game by pushing, walking in him. And Don's going to have to come back with some punches after that side kick. Side kick keeps him away, keeps Kimber away, but he has to come back with some punches, something behind it.
Kimber slips to the mat.
Whoa, they're calling it a knockdown.
That kick did cause Kimber to fall off balance. Now that, of course, will be called as a knockdown.
Kimber with a little bit of a strawberry above his left eye.
Kimber doesn't seem to be dejected or bothered by that knockdown. He's going about his business, keeping the punches short. He snuck an uppercut in there from the inside.
What does it do to a fighter, Jean-Yves, to be knocked down? Does it take some of your focus away for a few seconds, or do you just forget it and keep going?
Well, of course, as a coach, I certainly don't want my fighters to dwell on that knockdown, get back into the game. Whoa, and there's a really nice back kick. There's a surprise. Again, like we said earlier, anything can happen between the first and the 5th or 6th round. And Kimber, of course, there's somebody lost his shooting there. Wilson is coming back. He's picking his shots. He's in the game. There he is.
Kimber is down.
Wilson came back with a fury.
And I don't think
back up.
I don't think that his legs are going to stand.
And that's the end of the round.
Wilson's going to be protesting this.
Put your head down. You got a kick in there.
That is the end of the round. Round 4 ended with Kimber on the mat.
I think that Wilson will want to come back and finish the business.
Wow. Take a look right here. Right hand, left hand. And that is what did the damage. Is it over?
Seems the fight is over.
They're calling this fight over. I can't believe it. It's over with. Don Wilson has won it. After 4 rounds, Kimber was down and could not answer the bell.
Coming back hard. He had a fight on his hands for the first couple of rounds, and he just got mad and came back real hard. The bell went off 10 seconds prior to the fight.
You man! What took you so long, man?
The problem was the 10 count took Kimber out. The bell cannot save you except in the last round. I don't think Kimber was aware of that.
I don't recall seeing the referee waving the fight off either. I mean, both fighters went to their respective corners, and the fight was still on as far as I was concerned. And all of a sudden, well, the referee decides that the 10 count went, and the fight's over.
He didn't hit him when he looked away.
Don Wilson came back with a fury, and he took the opportunities that were presented, and he went for it, and Dick Kimber could not hold up under that barrage of punches. Everything was around the temple, and he was dizzy. He was dizzy, stayed up. When he came back up, his legs were a little weak. The referee decided to call that fight. Nice comeback, Don.
Wow. Well, I'm stunned as I am just stunned. Kimber was counted out at the end of this 4th round, and with a bit of confusion, I just don't think Kimber understood that he was being counted out. But he is not protesting, and his corner is not protesting.
Well, that'll certainly affirm or testify that he was rocked. He was a little bit confused, and of course the referee, he is not confused. He continues the count. The bell went off. Can't be saved by the bell.
Now, Mike Labrie is in the ring as well. He was victorious earlier tonight. Rick Rufus is in the ring as well. He too victorious.
I think there's a party going on in there.
There's a party going on. I'm not sure we have an invitation to it, but I'm going to crash this party. The Dragon, out of retirement, has won.
See, I'll never fight like that. When I fight hard, I fight pretty.
Saved by the... Wow, what a victory for Don the Dragon Wilson after 7 years.
Cannot be saved by the bell until the final round. So the count continued into the break.
Steve Fossum, the president.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the 3rd round,
what happened?
Referee Dan Still stops the bout. The winner by TKO and the new IKF Full Contact Rules World Cruiserweight Champion in the blue corner, Don the Dragon Wilson.
Man, that is impressive. After 7 years of not fighting, the guy comes back, wins the championship, first fight out. 4th round, TKO.
Now let's go into the ring. Victor Terrio has our newly crowned champion. Victor?
Oh, get Don. Phone over here. Don, they said it couldn't be done after 7 years. You pulled it off. How do you feel?
I feel great. I'd like to thank Bill Slayton. I'd like to thank Pat Goose, my trainer, Chris Penn. Most of all, I'd like to thank my wife, Kathleen. She's home pregnant with my 2nd son. Thank my mom. Jonathan, I love you. Drayton, I'll see you soon.
You once told me in Montreal when you were doing play-by-plays for Jean-Yves, you couldn't understand how could Jean-Yves, at that age, be so good. And now you proved that you could come back after 7 years. I'm really, really impressed.
Well, thank you very much, but don't start asking about the rematch with me and John Eves. He hits too hard. I got away one time. I'm not fighting him again.
What about Rick the Jet Rufus one day?
Well, he wants me, and you know, this is he says it's Rick's day. He might be right. We'll have to get in the ring. If the fans want it, these two guys are going to get in the ring and go toe-to-toe.
Rick, what do you feel?
Hey, Don, you and I both know you're at the age where it's all about money. Dennis Alexia won't fight either of us, so you know what? The fight that people want to see is you and I.
We're the two best.
You're a legend, I'm a legend. We got to do it. So what do you say?
I think it's a done deal. I think we already put our foot in our mouth.
Exactly.
Don't put your foot in my mouth.
I just want to tell you, Don, I'm not coming down losing 40 pounds like Dick did. No way.
Well, that's true, that's true. All right, I'll start eating my Wheaties. I'll eat my Wheaties.
All right, you're on.
Hey, this is a great fighter here. If we get in the ring, you're going to get your money's worth, guaranteed.
Thank you, you too, buddy. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hey, Rick.
So what's next, Don?
Well, I'm going to do a movie. I've got one coming out. Let me give my shameless plug. It's called Whatever It Takes. Go to your local Blockbuster. If they don't have it, cancel your membership. But I'm going to do a movie called Redemption in Los Angeles, and that's what I got coming. I'm still doing films, but I think I got a few good fights left in me.
Well, I'm really, really impressed with your comeback, and I think the world that's seen you, you answered a lot of questions. You seemed to, you started slow, but when you were picking up the pace, you really were at your best, and I'm really, really happy that you pulled this off.
Victor, my game plan was to take him into deep water and drown him. Now, this is a fighter who's knocked everybody out in 5 rounds, so I wasn't really going to start turning it up till round 6. But he forced me to unload some heavy shots, and that's why the fight ended early.
Well, we had a beautiful performance from Don Oshino Wilson. Congratulations. Back to Phil and the Iceman, John Eves.
All right, thank you very much, Victor. Boy, what a performance by my former play-by-play partner, Don the Dragon Wilson. After 7 years, he just shook off the ring rust and came out strong. I thought Dick Kimber performed well in the first round, went into the second round, still looked pretty darn good, John Eves, but I'll tell you, it was just a matter of time, I think, before the Dragon slayed the man he was in there to take out.
Absolutely. I think that Kimber may have been on leading this fight, but Don Wilson turned on the burners and he took him out.
This is what happened in the 4th round. Kimber led with his head. Wilson right hand, followed it again with the right hand.
Right on the temple.
Yep, he got him with the uppercut in the left hand, and that was it. Kimber went down. This was within the last 10 seconds of this 4th round. There's the chop that sent him down, and I thought he was going to get up. Kimber looked like he was okay. I think he was waiting until the count got to 9, but perhaps the crowd was too loud, and he didn't hear the 10 count. He gets up. The bell sounded, but you can't be saved by the bell until the 12th and final round.
Absolutely. Prior to the knockdown, his legs were a little wobbly, and when he went down there, I'm sure there was feeling for his legs, see if he would come back up and ready to fight again, and of course, by that time, the fight was over.
Now for Don Wilson, 7 years of inactivity. He comes out of retirement. He comes off the Hollywood sets, back into competitive kickboxing, and walks out of here with a world title. Boy, what a night.
Absolutely. My hat goes off after having not fought for 7 years, probably not even trained seriously for a fight. Comes back, wins the championship for the first time back. That is absolutely phenomenal.
Well, it was one great night here. Don the Dragon Wilson. What a tremendous, tremendous night.
The flame and fury of Fleet Street, Tony DeMarco.
Well, Don Wilson right here next to. Hey, Donnie, how are you, buddy? Great job. Hey, Don. Hey, Don. Isn't it a lot easier being a broadcaster?
Don, you're getting old, aren't you? You were talking about John Eves. What about you? I said, thank you, Victor. Thank you.
Hey, Don, I was just asking John Eves if he might come out of retirement. This looked pretty easy for you.
Well, you know what? I was not going to turn it on to round 6, but he forced me to come on a little earlier, so it's like, and it's short. But...
I'm trying to push the John Eves, Don Wilson rematch. Come on.
You out of your mind?
I want to see Rufus and this guy get it together. This is going to be great. Oh, boy.
I was lucky the first time. I'm going to push my luck.
I'm just trying to make trouble. Congratulations, Don.
I love this guy. I love you.
Seeing you, buddy. Thanks so much. I'm always trying to stir the pot. Anytime I can vouch for a great fight, I'd love to see it made. Well, Don Wilson, a happy man, didn't get hurt. I tell you what, if I'm Don Wilson, I'm thinking, man, I got a shot at making a few more bucks in this sport.
Absolutely. Why not take it? I mean, this guy is still young. Even if he is 44 years old, you can see that he was performing well. He was performing well. I mean,